Now, your weekly Wolfpack Sports Update, brought to you by News 5.
Hi there, I'm Lee Douglas with this week's edition of your weekly Wolfpack Sports Update. We start with a little golf. The CSU-Pueblo men's golf team closed out its fall schedule this week with a bittersweet showing at the Colorado Christian Invitational. The pack began strong after 2 rounds, sitting in first place and coming a few strokes away from threatening for the lowest 3-round score in program history. James Berry and Brian Cruz were each tied for second individually, but after losing a few strokes in the 3rd round, the pack finished 3rd as a team. Berry was their top individual finisher. He finished 9th. The CSU-Pueblo volleyball team accomplished something it had done only twice in the past decade. That was get a win at Mesa in Grand Junction. And the ThunderWolves did it in decisive fashion. After losing the first set 28-26, the pack dominated, taking the next 3 to get the victory. CSU-Pueblo turned a 23-21 Mesa lead in the 3rd set on its ear, converting 5 of the final 6 points, including this kill by Aaliyah Wildman. That put the pack up 2-1. The ThunderWolves would get the win on this Bernadette Petrie kill to close out the match. With the win, CSU-Pueblo is now in 2nd place in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference West Division and well in control of its own destiny for an RMAC playoff spot, which would be its first since 2006. Of course, the big story of the week, undoubtedly, the nationally televised football game last Thursday when perennial rival Colorado Mines came to town. Basking in the big spotlight was reserve tailback J.B. Matthews. He ran in the ThunderWolves' first touchdown, putting the pack up 6-zip. He then was on the receiving end of a 75-yard screen pass, which turned into a touchdown. That put the ThunderWolves up 13-zip. On this play, Matthews would take over the CSU-Pueblo freshman all-purpose yardage record previously held by teammate Jesse Lewis. In the second half, Mines scored its first touchdown, and that happened to be the first point scored by a pack opponent at home since October 24th of last season. That cut the lead to 16-6, but the pack clinched it as Matthews struck again a 3rd time, running this score in from 42 yards out. Those ThunderWolves keep rolling, winning 23-6 and improving to 6-0, setting up perhaps the biggest regular season game in 30 years as CSU-Pueblo takes on 4th-ranked Nebraska Kearney in Kearney in what could be a de facto RMAC championship game. I can't wait. That does it for this week. We'll be back next week to tell you about that big game when we see you again on another edition of the Wolfpack Sports Update.